Kia ora, it's me, Sunfire SG, and welcome back to the Obsidian Order. Now, we have been pretty lucky. We have found another iron vein. So if you've not found one of these in your world yet, they are pretty insane. For example, I've got a couple of blocks of raw iron. We've got 43 raw iron already. And this is just barely scratching the surface here. I apologise in advance to Dom Quantum. He has an iron shop and I've kind of not needed to buy iron because every time I need some I seem to wander into one of these iron veins, and yeah, as you can see there is a heap of iron, which is great for me, not so great for Dom, but it's going to come in useful for today's project as I'm getting kind of sick of just constantly trying to juggle shulker boxes. So we're actually over at the new base location and we're going to be putting in a storage system. So I'm going to gather up some iron, make some hoppers, and we'll get to that very soon. So we've just been following this ore vein as far as it goes. Now we've also, we've already got quite a bit of iron. We don't necessarily need to collect all this now, but we have stumbled upon a abandoned mineshaft. I don't know if ore veins naturally lead to abandoned mineshafts. If they do, that's really cool, but if you're looking for one of these, keep an eye out for quite a lot of ores, and then usually surrounded by tuff. I think the copper ore veins are surrounded by diorite, but the iron ones are surrounded by tuff. So if you find a lot of tuff and a lot of iron, follow the tuff, you'll find an ore vein, and yeah, you get a lot of iron. Definitely worthwhile looking for. So we finally made it back to the surface. As you can see, this is the start of the megabase area here. Now I wanted to put the storage system in... Oh, I can't... Yeah, if you want to know how much iron we got from the iron ore vein, I had to stop when I got to this point. I did condense them down into blocks, but it looks far more impressive when you've got them in the raw iron form. So yeah, I kind of like the pattern that we've got going on here with the purples and the oranges. I'm digging that, but if we put in the storage, it might interfere with that. We might play around with that and double check, and if I'm happy with how it's looking, we'll put it at this level, because I would like to have it easily accessible, which would be perfect at this level. If not, we might have to go down a floor and put it in under the ground, and I'm not too fond of that because that does mean I've got to dig out quite a large area under the ground. So I'm going to do a bit of tinkering, see if I quite like where we're heading with this sort of build, and yeah, if I like it, you'll get a time lapse soon. welcome back. We are joined by a turtle friend. I have been working... Ooh. I have a mod installed that does like ambient sounds, and we are on a beach, so the ocean sounds quite nice. I didn't want to affect the design down here, so we're going to use this more as a sort of central hub that goes off to different corridors and things like that. We've got the farm here as well, so we've got a elevator up and down to the skeleton farms, the zombie farms, and the spider farms. But I'm thinking we could put in some more to different levels for different products that we want to be not necessarily selling, but that we want to have mass amounts of. So maybe sugarcane farms, things like that. But up here we have now finished the storage system, and I do like how it's turned out. We did have to do a little bit of a shufty on stuff and move things around, because when you move these chests forward, the redstone starts to interact with each other, and it does occasionally cause issues with the sorting system. So by putting in these dividers, we've actually managed to make a storage system that is a full circle, near enough. So the storage system starts over here. We've got a chest, double chest, that we can just kind of dump bulk items in. And we've also got this hopper here that we can place a shulker on top of. And I think if I put a piston here, if the piston pushes it, the shulker will break and fall into the hopper. I think. We might have to test that out to be sure. But then it will work its way around here. We're going to have some sort of unloading system here where unsortable items will drop down into a double chest or two here. And we're pretty much good to go on the storage system. We now just need to kind of build up the outside area, put a nice little roof on it. I don't want to put too much more in here because I worry that it could cause lag. I'd rather move it to some other chunks a little further out, just in case. And obviously a lot of these things will be toggleable and very well lit, so hopefully that will minimize any issues. But the storage system is in, we've got all of our items sorted, we've cleared a huge amount of space in our shulker boxes now, so I'm feeling more organized. I feel like we can actually get some proper builds planned out now without having to juggle 15 or 16 horribly packed shulker boxes. I can actually pick out the items I need specifically and actually go out and build. So yeah, I've enjoyed doing this. Hopefully I can get this episode out in time. I am having to isolate as a child at work tested positive for the dreaded virus, and I don't have any symptoms, but with my health I've got to isolate anyway. But if any symptoms do pop up, I may be a little sketchy as far as releases, because I'm going to have to do a lot of rest and recuperation for my body. But yeah, this is the storage system. I'm enjoying having the Suncorp colours back in the build. It does look nice, but I want to do a bit more decoration on the floors, on the ceilings, and make this into a nice little fancy pants thing. I've not really decided what this actually is yet, but it looks cool. It looks cool on a map, so I'll leave it at that for now, and I shall see you hopefully this time next week. Bye for now.